All right, now I'm going to show you something really cool, and it has to do with the Facebook custom audiences. And if you know how, if I show you how to do these, you're going to see that it's actually fairly simple, but very, very powerful in in what you can do with these and how important it becomes to advertising both today and down the road, because you can keep adding audiences. You can you can create more and more. You can make them very specific and so on. Okay, so you log in. Here's where we're going to go. We're going to go to audiences again, and you'll see that it's got the ad manager, audiences, insights, and so on. I want you to click on audiences, and then it's going to come up and it's going to show you this blue tab, create audience. You click on it. It's going to give you a couple options, say custom audience, lookalike, and saved. I'm going to talk about custom, and then I will get to lookalike, but let me start on custom, and then we click on it, and then this is going to pop up. Okay, so now what you have the option here with these custom audiences is going to give you a couple options real quick right here. Let's talk about the first one first, that has to do with a customer file. Now what's really unique about this one is that if you already have an existing database, email list of phone numbers, and so on, you can actually take and import that into this Facebook custom audience area, and Facebook will then search their entire database to find the profiles, the independent profiles of each person that's on your list that matches with that. So as an example, if I had signed up for your email list under my email address, and I was on your list, and you went in here and I signed up for Facebook using that same email address, it'll now add me to your list. So you actually have the ability to build another opt-in list that you can directly advertise to. The other thing too is you could do this with if you're a church or anything like that, and you've had a ton of people on your list, your email list, and so on, and you realize that a lot of people aren't opening their emails like they used to, but you want to get notifications out, you want to let people know about new events coming up, you can upload your entire email address book into that, and it will create that custom audience. And then what happens is you have this specific custom audience that when you go in to make your ad, instead of like a lot of insights, you can click directly on custom audience, and I'll show you that in another video. But so you can upload the customer file, which creates that audience right there. Then the other thing is you've got website traffic. I'm going to click on that for a second. Website traffic is a little more sophisticated, but extremely powerful if used properly. And how you do this is you can get what they call your Facebook pixel. It's just a little ID and it's a little code. And what you do is you can have either your web guy, or it's not that hard. You can maybe I'll have one of my buddies make a video on how to do it. But you add this little bit of code to your website, your blog post or whatever, blog page, lead magnet page, whatever it might be. And what that does is anybody that happens to visit any of those pages, when they click on it, it kind of creates almost like a cookie. It will remember them, but more importantly, it will add them to that list. And you can be very, very specific. So as an example, if I was to go here, I could send anyone who visits my website, people who visit specific web pages, people visit web pages but not others. Okay, so you can be really, really detailed on this. So you could have a blog page. It might cover 50 different items, 50 different things like I do, but you only want to send a specific ad to a specific group of people based on the new ad. It's only going to go to the people that liked the health ad, okay? Because you're giving away a free health journal or whatever it might be, and you can actually go on your website and you don't have to redo the pixel. Once the pixel's on your website, it doesn't do anything different. You just go in here and you put in the domain name, and then where you have your pixel, you can say I want traffic from the last 30 days, 180 days, or whatever it might be, and then you name it, and then you create your audience, and again that saves it. So what that does is you can actually have an automated audience that begins to build. So in essence, what this is, what a website Facebook pixel is, it's called a retargeting pixel, allows you to build a list per se without having them even opt in. Okay, that's what's pretty awesome about what you can do these days. In fact, I sometimes will create a landing page knowing that no one's going to probably opt into it, but it has a pixel on it. I drive a tremendous amount of traffic to it. Even if nobody opts into it, I still built a list of those people that I can now retarget with something that might be a little more relevant. But it's a really cool way to build up a list that you can advertise to fairly quickly. Okay. Now I want to go in here and show you lookalike audiences. Let's click on lookalike. A lookalike audience is very powerful in the fact that if you already have an existing list, or you've already created or saved a list, so you ran an ad, you used a couple of companies that you were targeting, or fan pages of companies that you were targeting, you can go in here and you can choose a custom audience. So I have some in here as an example. If you click on it, if I've already got them, I might say that I want my website, my Coach Sync one. Okay, Coach Sync is the guy that I market for. I do his websites and stuff, and I want to go in here and find people that are relevant. I choose the country to target. I'm going to do the United States. Okay, and then all I have to do is I can set this to be higher or lower, but I'm going to probably set it lower. I don't need a list quite that big. Actually, it'll go here. But it will find those specific people, and it will now go through the entire database of Facebook and find people that have the most things in common from a current list that you already have. So I might have, like I might have a couple lists of people that have hit my website on a specific offer that have maybe 5,000 people on that list. The retargeting pixel has built a list of 1,000, 5,000 people. Then I want to find people that are not associated with me, that have never heard about me or whatever. I can create a custom audience, a lookalike audience, and Facebook will find that list of people, a brand new list of people that look almost identical to these people, that I can now run a new ad. So it might be my first ad that I'm going to run that makes them aware of what I am, what I'm doing, or who I am, or my book, or my blog, or whatever it might be. So lookalike audiences allow you to not just, so you created smaller lists through some of the ads, but then you now don't have to, you don't have to panic and continually brainstorm to figure out what you're going to do next for your who you're going to, who your new target market's going to be, or your new avatar people. You can go in, create a new audience, to create a lookalike audience through using the custom audiences, and boom, you've got a new group that you can put together, and you can name it, say, title it, custom audience of XYZ. And boom, when you run the next ad, it's going to target right there. So it's really cool how you can do that. So those are those two things. And let me actually just touch on the saved audience real quick. Saved audiences would be, or you can automatically save audiences when you're doing your ads to begin with. But let's say you don't want to run an ad, but you got some time to go in here and figure out who you want to target. And you're just going to build this ahead of time. Okay, so you can go in here, you can name your audience, and I'm going to walk you through this one. I'm going to target church group. Okay, and then my custom audience, I could go in here, and if I already have a custom audience, I could go in here and add something to it if I wanted to. But I'm going to just go in here and do detailed targeting, because I actually want, on my church group, I'm only going to be looking for people that are 40 to 65, okay, because it's going to be an ad that I'm going to run for people that are in that category, or whatever it might be. It's a new thing coming out, and then I might go in and find out what the behaviors of these people would be. So let's talk about Christianity. Okay, and there it is. So I click on that, because I'm going to run, maybe I'm doing an audience, an ad that I'm going to run to get people to come to a life group, or a what do you call it, a home study group for the church in that age category that do certain things. And I can even go in here and I create the location. I'm going to do Columbus, Ohio. Okay, and so that's about a 25-mile radius. I got this. I just want a men's group. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to leave the languages there, okay? And then basically I could exclude people or narrow my audience even more if I wanted to by doing that. And you can even get suggestions on Christianity. You can browse different things. So if I wanted demographics, of political posts, relationship, let's say it's let's say it's a singles group or whatever. I could go in here and click singles, and boom, there it loaded it right up for me. And now I have an audience here that's about 46,000 people can be potentially reached by this audience that I'm creating. So when I run my ad, so then I just click create my audience, and when I run, next time I go in to run my ad, whether it's a boost a post, a video views, whatever, I've already got a pre-made audience. So then when I come in, and it's going to look a lot like this. When I go to my audiences, I can click on it, find it, click it, and it preloads all that data. I'm up and running, and then I can just basically, you know, pick the post that I want to run or add the ad to it, and submit, place the order, and boom, it's up and running. So it's real easy to put these together for yourself, for your own business, for your business, or for your church, whatever it might be that you're running. But love custom audiences, love these saved audiences and the lookalike audiences. Great tool. Make sure you go in here, get yourself familiar with it, run a few tests like I said before, and I think you're going to love that one. So hopefully that helped as well. See you on the other videos.